All right, everyone, welcome back to GINX Reacts. Today I will be reacting to Falling in Reverse, Watch the World Burn. If you're new to the channel, I am GINX. I am a dorky pro audio engineer, now here on YouTube reacting on videos because I decided I wanted to. I get super passionate, excited about details, whether that be audio production, video production, lyrics, whatever. You know, I just get super geeky about all of it, and here I am. What I want to do, the first thing I want to point out about this video is I recently saw an interview with Ronnie Radke, a radio host, interviewing him about this video and song, had asked him how much a video like this costs to produce. And Ronnie's initial answer was a lot. And that's about all I'll say. And then he was like, well, I'll say that it's more than a Rolls Royce. I went and looked up how much a new Rolls Royce would be, and they start at $350,000, and they're usually more closer to $400,000 or $500,000. That is how much him and his team invest in the, like, I mean, beyond that, actually, he said more than. He invests more than that on these videos. And what he talked about, he even went further, like, why would we spend that? He's like, instead of me getting a new car or, you know, treating myself to material things that won't last, he's like, this is a thank you. This is for our fans. He's like, I'd rather invest in this. It's an investment, both on a business perspective, but it's also like a huge thank you to the fans so that they have these cool experiences. Because, you know, if it weren't for the fans, you know, what would they be doing? So I thought that was fantastic. So I thought that was a fun little fact to start on. Now we're going to go ahead and just start, and bear with me. There will be many pauses. Deal with it. No, because there's a lot of fun aspects here. So let's go. Let's do it. Oh, and if you don't know Falling in Reverse, and if you haven't heard this song, you're in for a ride. All right, first thing right off the bat, that little melody is reversed. You know, they play that and then they reverse it, which causes that very ominous feeling, which is perfect for the video. And I love when there's aspects of those reversed melodies and riffs and things like that. Just right off the bat, some cool shit.
Yeah, I got voices in my head again. Tread carefully, and I don't medicate, it helps me temporarily. I got problems, I got issues, yeah, apparently. Trauma that I'm burying, I think I need some therapy. I battled depression, I'm back with a message. I'm asking the question that if you hate me, why you acting obsessive? I'm past a point of no return by being passive aggressive. I'll brandish a weapon, teach all you motherfuckers a lesson.
In our face, literally, when it comes to the audio production of this, we have that whatever, that synth sound, that, and then we have a little bit of like the beat in the background, and then we have his vocals, and it's his vocals, and then there's like a track behind his voice, almost like a demonic sounding, and he does this, they do this stuff, and a lot of people do have multiple layers of their voices and things like that, but I really like that in this song, it is very in our face. Like, as an audio engineer, I notice a lot of layers, but what's cool, I think, is in this song, anyone's ears can catch these things here, because they feature, it's like almost like these layers are featured here, and because his vocal is so up front and so little behind it, it's very, like I said, in your face right off the bat. Also, reference to Voices in My Head. There are multiple references to songs throughout this. Let's just start back.
Yeah, I got voices in my head again, tread carefully, and I don't medicate, it helps me temporarily. I got problems, I got issues,
So
yeah,
intense.
apparently. Trauma that I'm burying, I think I need some therapy. I battle depression, I'm back with a message. I'm asking the question that if you
Doesn't
hate
hold
me,
back.
why you acting obsessive? I'm past a point of no return, fuck being passive aggressive. I'll brandish a weapon, teach all you motherfuckers a lesson. Yeah, I actually battle my demons and shadows, and women the deep and the creep in the shallows and lost. Gotta admit that I'm living the life that I've always wanted, but it comes to the cost.
The layers become bigger and bigger right before he falls out, and then I'd have to listen back, but the choir comes. There's a choir in the background that comes in, which plays into the song a lot more later. It just blows my mind. I feel like if there was a drinking game made out of it, blows my mind would, like, I would be concerned for people's lives if they made a drinking game out of that. Anyhow, we're gonna go back to this again, because you just have to hear all the things.
In my head again, tread carefully, and I don't medicate, it helps me temporarily. I got problems, I got issues, yeah, apparently. Trauma that I'm burying, I think I need some therapy. I battle depression, I'm back with a message. I'm asking the question that if you hate me, why you acting obsessive? I'm past a point of no return, fuck being passive aggressive. I'll brandish a weapon, teach all you motherfuckers a lesson. Yeah, I actually battle my demons and shadows, and women the deep and the creep in the shallows and lost. Gotta admit that I'm living the life that I've always wanted, but it comes to the cost. So licking a jar for fixing to rip me apart. I'm swimming with sharks. I'm lifting the bar. I'm lifting the end of the stars. I like I shot up adrenaline mixed with some redolence. Started a battle, but bitch, I'm gonna finish it. Think you can stop me? Not even a little bit. Nowadays, everybody's so sensitive. Picking my words and you picking apart. Tripping on nothing, just get in the car. Ripping and ripping and sticking the mark. I'm tipping the charts.
Spitting the bars. He is like, yo, I rap. And the thing is, it's not his first time rapping. He actually did an EP a while back of trap rap, I believe it's called. I think. I mean, he's been rapping for a long time, but this definitely gets he's like in our face. Like, I have chops. I can do this. I can spit bars. I have a lot to say, so I'm gonna say it. And the multi-syllable, his voice and the rap and the lyrics are carrying the melody. And then him coming down, he's jumping out of the airplane like a missile. He is the missile. He is the missile coming down. And I think that's a cool concept. I also just visually think of Fortnite, like when you jump out of the plane and you have to land wherever you go. But he don't even have a parachute. And the visuals in the video production of this, the way that all these things behind him are going on, it's just so many things going on. Okay, so we're gonna go back to when he jumps out. The choir, I believe they do not come in until he jumps out, if I'm correct.
There we
go.
Think you can stop me? Not even a little bit. Nowadays, everybody everybody so sensitive. Picking my words when you pick it apart. Tripping on nothing, just get in the car. Ripping and sticking the mark. I'm tipping the charts. I got enemies trying to get rid of me.
The snakes.
Evil tendencies are fucking with me mentally. I got people that don't like me in the industry. I can feel your energy. You were not a friend of me. Cause I have been to places that you never wanna go. Yeah, I got dirt on people, but they act like I don't know. Yeah, I can do some damage, but I'll never rock the boat. All it takes is one post with some fun like dominoes.
Okay, so this scene, we've got the snakes when he lands, being the people in the industry that don't like him. He can feel the bad energy. He gets out of the way and lets them do their thing and fight against each other, basically. Like, they're trying to get to him, and then he's like, nope, I'm out. I'm not going to be part of this. And this, right as this transition happens, he's got the people behind him, which is representing paparazzi media, creating this, that how media creates these reputations or creates these stories that mess with people. And they're just right on him. They're just right on him. And he turns around. So it starts, he's walking toward us. They're behind him. And he turns around. And then you see him from their perspective. And then that's when it transitions. Like, what? So awesome.
Enemies trying to get rid of me. Evil tendencies are fucking with me mentally.
In the demonic
I
voice.
got people that don't like me in the industry. I can feel your energy. You were not a friend of me. Cause I have been to places that you never wanna go. Yeah, I got dirt on people, but they act like I don't know. Yeah, I can do some damage, but I'll never rock the boat. All it takes is one post with some fun like dominoes. You'll never get rid of me. Too many enemies whipping my imagery. You know my history. It ain't a mystery. Put every enemy out of their misery. Somebody send me some positive energy. I'm about to go dark. I'm about to go dizzy. Into the darkness, into infinity. Shut you motherfuckers up.
All right, so we've got, like, what I think of when I see this is like Hunger Games, Star Wars. He is in our face. He says, I love the line of, I'm about to go Darth, about to go Disney, into the darkness, into infinity. I mean, he sneaks in a freaking Buzz Lightyear reference. Like, what? And the Star Wars reference. It's almost like I feel like there's aspects of like an Avenger movie, then Star Wars, and like I said, I feel like that scene makes me for some reason think of Hunger Games, but it could also be Star Wars reference. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the snakes again. And then we'll continue. I'll let it go through the next section.
I can feel your energy. You were not a friend of me. Cause I have been to places that you never wanna go. Yeah, I got dirt on people, but they act like I don't know. Yeah, I can do some damage, but I'll never rock the boat. All it takes is one post with some fun like dominoes. You'll never get rid of me. Too many enemies whipping my imagery. You know my history. It ain't a mystery. Put every enemy out of their misery. Somebody send me some positive energy. I'm about to go dark. I'm about to go dizzy. Into the darkness, into infinity. Shut you motherfuckers up. Listening? Stacking every little pretty penny that I'm getting, and I'm never giving in to anybody. Always winning, never kidding. When I die, I'm taking everybody with me. You're never gonna get me, cause you never see it simple. Yeah, my motherfucking God, you're a light gone. I'm a time bomb. The vibe's wrong, it's my fault. I'm killing syllables of the letter of Philip. I'm a lyrical, typical super villain. I'm venomous, and I'm never gonna stop until they put me on top of the list.
All right. So, again, so many things here. He transitions into this massively I don't know rap, so I don't know what they would call this, but like he is spitting bars fast. It is reminiscent, I will say, of Eminem's Godzilla. Very similar, like, feel. So that's like, I love that you can often hear his kind of inspiration from Eminem. That's one of his big people that, one of his big idols, or, who he looks up to, and you can hear that so wonderfully in that section. And then there's some really cool aspects. So he's literally spitting these bars super fast and just in our face, like, yo, I can do this. And then you start to hear drums come. So there's just a beat behind his voice, and then you'll hear the drums start coming in. And then that is how he transitions. And I'm not going to say any more. And I'll go a little bit further into it.
Listening? Stacking every little pretty penny that I'm getting, and I'm never giving in to anybody. Always winning, never kidding. When I die, I'm taking everybody with me. You're never gonna get me, cause you never see it simple. Yeah, my motherfucking God, you're a light gone. I'm a type on, I'm vibes wrong, it's my on. I'm killing syllables of the letter of Philip. I'm a lyrical, typical super villain. I'm venomous, and I'm never gonna stop until they put me on top of the list. I can't control the monster any longer that's inside. The pain and sorrow left us solo. No tomorrows are to swallow. Death is calling, someone crawling. Tightrope.
Okay, before we go on to tightrope walking. So I talked about how it's just the beat behind his voice to, differentiate. This is the rap section of the song. And then he starts to transition into the rock metal with that like introduction to the full drum set. And that is why he can get away with the genre switches that he does so often, because they know how to properly transition and prepare the listener for that change. They make it seamless, which is, you have to be very musically inclined. That's why I say he and the people he works with are musical geniuses, because of how they make sure to transition so seamlessly. And it's just little things like that that make such a huge difference. And then, this is like, most people expect, like, this is what we expect to hear from Falling in Reverse. And I love that he is literally falling in reverse in this transition.
Can't control the monster any longer that's inside. The pain and sorrow left us solo. No tomorrows are to swallow. Death is calling, someone crawling. Tightrope walking, now I'm falling down. Like missiles falling from the sky.
Okay.
Save.
Oh no. Okay, so this guy right here, I think it's hilarious that Ronnie included this. So previous to having this come out, Sebastian Bach had called him and the band out because they had canceled a show because they had, like, something had happened to all their laptops to back up everything. So they opted not to play because none of their backtracking would be available. And Sebastian Bach went and like called them out and was like, if you're a real artist, you don't need that. And Ronnie and anyone in the industry, including like audio, like, we all know that is best practices at this point. Like, pretty much everyone has some form of laptop and backtracking. And it would sound, especially with how many layers and tracks and things like that Falling in Reverse has, it would not be, like, fans would be like, what the hell? Like, it would not be the right experience. So this is his little call out. And you'll see, like, the thing fall on. I found that highly amusing that, he was in the process of writing this when that happened, and then he included it in the video. Fun stuff.
Walking, now I'm falling down. Like missiles falling from the sky. Come save us. Pain and sorrow left us solo. Here today, but gone tomorrow. Pain.
Okay, so that, right after it lands, you see people standing there with their phones in front of their face. It kind of reminds me of, I don't know much about Harry Potter, but like those soul-sucking things. where like the phones, they're sucked into the phones, just oblivious to the world burning, falling apart. And that is such a strong message there. And then you see the laptop fall, and then it transitions into him back in the church. Just so good. So many cool little details. It's just never ending. And then it just builds. His voice, multiple layers, that like kind of more demonic sound coming out more to the front. We've got the drums going, we've got the guitars going, we've got the choir going. I mean, he's just building these layers so much right now. It just, whew.
One day you're gonna figure out that everything they taught you was a lie. Watch the world burn.
He ain't fucking around. That build up. And then we end on a suspended note. Just, that's it. He is like, there is more. Let's go. There is more. Leave us in a cliffhanger, right? A suspended note like that? Just done. And so I missed a few things in regards to, he talks about the monster inside. So he's referring to Popular Monster at some point. Then he, when he burns, at the very end, when he's all up in flames, he has the vampire teeth, referencing back to the reimagined I'm Not a Vampire. And I feel like there's a few others that I missed along the way. Probably some of the scenes are done in similar places. But, you guys, it's crazy. I know the first time I heard this, it just blew me away. I suggest checking out the video. I do have the link below, and watch it and just take it in. But I did this reaction, and I pointed the things out that I did because just to make a point of how incredibly talented he and his band is, and his production team on this video. They spare no expense, and it shows in every way. So if you like what you see, make sure to like the video, comment, feedback, suggestions, all the things. I love it. I love to interact. And if you really, really love what you see here, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, as well as check out my Patreon, because I'm so excited to build up this channel and this community and do some really cool things, with everyone who is part of that. I thank you all for being amazing. My next video will be the Watch the World Burn live. And we will then finally be done. I shouldn't say. We will be done with the Falling in Reverse binge that I'm on, and we'll have some other artists that I'll react to. I'll see you guys on the next one.